This is a lesson in 3.7, the structures and functions that allow animals, plants, and single-celled organisms to defend themselves. We're going to talk about animals, plants, and single-celled organisms, and each time we talk about them, we're going to break it down into external defenses and internal defenses. By external defenses, I mean what is on the outside of the organism to protect them. By internal defenses, I mean what is inside the organism to help keep them safe. We're going to start with animals. This is a very limited list of the number of external defenses that animals have. I'm sure that you could add to this. So some of them are claws, teeth, skin, stingers, like on a bee, a shell, like a turtle, or any sort of clam or mussel or oyster, and any sort of insect. Also fur. Internally, animals have quite a developed system. First of all, there are white blood cells that are circulating through our blood. One example of a white blood cell is a macrophage. This type of white blood cell is responsible for surrounding and killing pathogens. Now, if you don't know what a pathogen is, that's okay. I'm going to give you a little side note here. A pathogen is a microscopic invader. It's something that hurts the body. So it could be a parasite, it could be a virus, it could be a bad bacteria. So macrophages surround and kill these pathogens. But they're not the only type of white blood cell that's in our body. In addition to white blood cells, there are also antibodies. These are made by white blood cells, and they help kill pathogens by sticking to them. Finally, there are antigens. Antigens are destroyed pieces of the pathogen. They stick to the outside of a macrophage, and they let white blood cells know if the pathogen enters the body. They're like an alarm system. Antigens are the reason that vaccines work. When we're given a vaccine or a shot, we're given a piece of the destroyed pathogen. Our body takes that piece of the destroyed pathogen and sticks it onto our white blood cells so that if that pathogen comes into the body, our body knows very quickly that it's there, and it sends out an entire army of white blood cells to destroy it. Externally, animals have things like claws, skin, shells, and teeth. And internally, our body has the immune system and macrophages, antigens, antibodies. Plants. Externally, plants have things like thorns, spikes, prickles. This helps protect them from getting eaten by predators. They also have things like galls. This is something that the plant creates, the plant or the tree. It's like a little barrier. Creates a barrier around its invaders. Internally, plants create toxins and chemicals that taste bad. Single-celled organisms. On the outsides of single-celled organisms, like a paramecium, there's a cell membrane. It helps protect the cell from things entering it. On the outside of a plant cell is a cell wall. This helps protect the plant cell from getting injured. Certain organisms have shells on the outsides of them, or spikes. Internally, single-celled organisms create toxins. This is usually what makes you sick. It's not the bacteria itself, it's the toxins that they produce. It's a note taker for you to organize the information. We talked about one big idea, 3 different types of organisms, and we broke it down into 2 different sections every single time we talked about it. This is a lesson on 3.7, self-defense.